Yo, what's up, guys? Joker bringing you another video. This time it's going over last Epoch's new system that's coming out, the trade system that I've been mentioning in previous videos. A couple of days ago, we actually got a more thorough, in-depth explanation of what this trade system is going to be. And it's breaking down into two essential guilds, right? It's the Merchants Guild and then the Circle of Fortune. The trade system that they're going to be implementing is going to be you choosing one of these, and you can only have one of these active at a time. You can only gain EXP in one of these at a time. And when you go to swap over, which you can at any time, you do lose all XP that you gained in it. So it's something that you may not really want to be flip flopping in a whole bunch, but let's go ahead and take a look. So on the left-hand side, we got the Merchants Guild, trade, profit, grow, buy or sell any type of equipment, trade directly, I'm not saying that word, using the bazaar. So this is essentially going to be the route you want to go if you want more of that soft core MMO feel where you're able to just go to like the Grand Exchange and buy an item, go to the auction house and buy an item, flip merch. That's all going to be in this Merchants Guild side, right? The Circle of Fortune is actually going to be the complete opposite. This is going to be more like those private servers of games that you see where when you lock yourself into that Iron Man mode, you're able to get increased drop rates and stuff like that, right? That's what it's sounding like this Circle of Fortune is I'm cutting off my ability to trade or sell items for a higher chance at more valuable items. Stars guide our fate, improves quantity and quality of item drops, uses prophecies to hunt down specific item types. That, in my opinion, sounds more like I was saying, like the Iron Man game modes and private servers where you get boosted drop rates for being an Iron Man. Um, I need to do a little bit more looking into it as I go down, but see if it blocks you from trade 100% altogether, or if you're still able to trade at all. But that's pretty much a brief TLDR of the two. Is one's literally a merchant's guild. You're flipping items, you're buying, you're that extremely soft core play style. And then the other side is more of that Iron Man with increased drop chances, but you lose the quality of life that you would get from trading a bunch of resources. All right, so looking here, it looks like you can have different characters in the same cycle in different factions. So this is the first time that I've actually seen this word, so I went ahead and I looked it up. Apparently, cycle is going to be their rotating game mode. Think like seasons for Diablo 3 or leagues for Path of Exile. Last Epoch is going to have cycles. So what this is essentially saying is you can have characters in the Circle of Fortune and you can have characters in the Merchants Guild in the same cycle, if I'm reading that correctly. Faction reputation is shared account wide. Okay, that essentially means exactly that. The rep is shared account wide. It resets for every cycle. It resets every season. That makes sense in a seasonal game mode. We're used to shit resetting. When a cycle ends and characters are transformed, okay, that's essentially saying that our progress will go to the core game mode, just like every seasonal player knows about every seasonal game they play. So here's a few example rewards if you align yourself with the Circle of Fortune. You have rank 2, 45% chance for runes of ascendance to be preserved when used on an item that requires at least circle. Oh my god, that is a long ass description. At least a Circle of Fortune rank 1. Rank 4, affixes are 50% more likely to be exalted. That is insane because for crafting bases, you really want to start with an exalted item. Like, there's no reason not to. And it's been a while since I played, but unless something's changed, that's already hands down the best thing. There'd be no reason for you to do the merchants, if this is a decent percent, like what is this more likely percentage? Like, do we have that base 100%? I mean, it says more, so it feels like at the end of your naturally boosted modifier, whatever you get your quote unquote magic find to, right? This is just going to be a 50% more multiplier on top of that. So I feel like that can be pretty juicy. And that's why I'm saying it's going to be broken and there's going to be no reason to swap. But once again, work in progress, subject to change. Uniques are twice as likely to have legendary potential. This is really good because I think for the end game gear now, what they have you doing is slamming a legendary item with an exalted item and getting like OP modifiers on the unique. So that's really cool. Let's take a look at the Merchants Guild. You may set. Wait, you have to reach level 2 to just be able to trade an item? There's no way that's right. You may trade set items. What is a set item? Hold up, give me a moment. Oh, I'm stupid. Ignore me, okay? It's late. I'm stupid. Set items. So literally just set items. I thought it meant to set up a trade, but no. Okay, this makes more sense. You have to level it up a little bit to actually be able to buy and sell set items. Okay, that makes sense. Rank 4, you may trade unique items with no legendary potential, and set items cost 20% less favor to buy or sell. Okay, that's worded really interesting. So, is it going to be. Where are we getting this favor? So, we're using favor to make trades? What is this? I'm going to have to try to figure out what that favor is, too. You may trade exalted weapons and unlock 10 additional bizarre item slots. Okay, so this makes me feel like the Grand Exchange. You know how you have in old school RuneScape, how you have like those set 6 slots, 8 slots. This is just 10 more slots. So any game that has an auction house, you get 10 slots of the auction house. Pretty cool. All right, we got the bazaar. This is essentially any generic auction house slash trade center. I mean, the Grand Exchange, Global Trade Center in Pokemon, auction house in World of Warcraft. That's sounding like what this exactly is. It looks like gold is going to be the primary source for trades, which is interesting. And it says there's going to be no delay. So I feel like it is going to be really similar to old school RuneScape's auction house. Or I mean, I guess any auction house really, where majority of the time players will have it already set up, and then when you go to purchase it, you buy their order essentially. There's no tax, which is interesting. And the most interesting thing is the gold, right? Since there was so many different types of currency in last epoch, I was wondering if they were going to go towards more of a PoE thing where the different types of those little runes count as like currencies, just because there are runes that are essentially exalted orbs and mirrors of Kalandra, right? So I figured it was going to go more towards that type of barter system. No, it looks like it's going down straight, just old fashioned gold. You're going to only buy or sell stuff for gold. So, I mean, that has its benefits. Yeah, yeah, that's good. All right. And then last thing we're really going over in this video is going to be the item gifting system. So this is going to be what I believe they're integrating alongside the trade system. And this is going to be external from the Merchants Guild and that other system. This is going to be exclusively pretty much if you play with a friend a bunch, you're going to get one of these items dropped where you can use this on an item and then you can give that friend this item. This is going to go ahead and help kind of prevent gold selling and real world trading because instead of just randomly having the person on your friends list or just trading them, something like that, this is going to be that for a very unique, high value item, you're going to have to have played with this person for a substantial amount of time, probably at least a couple of hours, in my opinion. And it makes really good sense with the amount of scamming that people do for digital pixels. The fact that they're putting a little bit more weight on it and holding it to that kind of higher standard of no, yes, even if this is your real life friend, you're going to have to play the game together with them. That way we don't have to worry about you guys bitching that they stole your item for, and then, never went over your house again. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Cool little news post here. One of the better trade systems, honestly, I'd say, in my opinion, that I've seen in a long while. So I'm actually really hyped for this. This looks like a really, really good step forward compared to the last thing that they were mentioning. This seems like a huge step forward, and I think the community is relatively, yeah, I think the community is relatively happy about this solution. Like the work they've been making when they make us unhappy is leaps and bounds. They're like, okay, no, we know we fucked up. We understand. Let's walk it back. Let's take another look. So I have a lot of hope. Once it gets as much history behind it as like Path of Exile and Diablo 3, I have really, really big hopes for Last Epoch just because as of right now, it's still building that solid foundation where it's just kind of getting better and better, but it's so new. It doesn't have the lineage to build up to it. It's only a couple of years old, whereas uh, Diablo 3 and Path of Exile are fucking old as dirt. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just wanted to go over this short video giving my opinion on Last Epoch's new trade system. I mean, 10 out of 10, dude. I can't think of a better trade system compromise off the top of my head. The players want one thing, the game company wants another. We meet at a relatively good middle ground. I have no problem with these type of compromises with gaming studios because I mean, we both win. They get to still keep it their way where it's not just flat out trade. And then we get a trade system that seems like it's going to be really cool, fleshed out, and in depth. So awesome. But yeah, and that's pretty much it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay up to date with this and future videos. I'm going to be remaking a bunch of videos because remember, I deleted 30. That's going to be so much fun. But yeah, until next time, take care.